Hi everybody. This is a little demo of using BBedit to create a simple HTML page, or actually a couple of linked HTML pages, a very simple website, which is your first assignment. And we're looking at the code in BBedit right now, but what I'd like to do is use this coding demonstration as a way to try to explain some of the elements that are required for your personal website assignment. So what I flipped over to just now is the very bottom of the syllabus. I think it's page 9 of the syllabus that lists the elements that you need to include in your personal website. So your personal website, the code has to validate as either XHTML or HTML5, which means that your page has to have a doc type declaration and properly nested tags. You need to include the title tag in the header. You need to include a little metadata in your header, the keyword and description in meta tags that was discussed on the slides in the lecture, but there's also a link here in the syllabus to the W3 schools meta tag explanation. You have to include a couple of headings, which are structural tags, the tags that identify a particular piece of text as a heading, so more important than the other stuff. You have to include a list, which can be an unordered or ordered list. You need to include a comment, which is a piece of code, a tag that you wrap around some text on the page, which makes it invisible in the browser, but it's the place where you leave notes to yourself or other webmasters who may look at your pages and want to know why you did what you did. That's what comments are for. Again, when we start working with CSS, it's really common to use comments to explain what particular divs or what particular blocks of CSS do. You need to include some links, and one of those should be an internal or relative link, which goes to another page on your site. And you need to include at least one external link to a page in the outside world out on the web. You need to include an image with alt text, that background text that says what the image is. My examples do not include an image, but I may be able to put one in while I'm doing the demo. You need to include a table that uses the table summary explaining what the table is about, and you also need to include the link title element for at least one link. Link title is kind of like an alt tag for a link that tells a user where the link is going to take them. I did not say that specify a particular number of paragraphs or divs or line breaks that you need to include in your page, because you just need to include as many as you need to make your text understandable and formatted in a legible way. So if we go back to BBedit, we're looking at test page 1 or plain test page, and you can see it's got the HTML5 doc type declaration at the top, and then it has some meta tags in the header. And as I mentioned on the slide, some of you might be worrying that, oh no, do I have to type in all this stuff? And you don't. BBedit and Note tab will format meta tags for you, and as you can see, this set of meta tags has description, but it doesn't have keywords. So you can't see, there's a menu choice in BBedit called Markup, which I'm going to click, and now that I've clicked it, you can see the drop down, and one of the choices is head elements, and if I select meta, then I get this menu, and if I want to make my required keywords meta tag, and actually I don't think I even need to type keyword. Yeah, I could have selected keywords from a drop down. I didn't even need to type it. And content, this is where I'd put the keywords, and I could say HTML, and I could say demo, and I could say all kinds of things, and then just hit apply, and it fills in the properly formatted meta tag for me. You can see that the page is properly nested, so we have the head opens up, the head closes, and then the body starts, and then everything else is within the body tags. This is one type of heading. This is a heading level 3. We could put in a bigger heading. And again, you don't have to type the coding. If we again pull over here is our HTML palette, which is similar to that markup menu, and I can open up heading, and I can actually I need to highlight this text. And then I open up heading and I say, let's make the first one's a heading 3, so let's make this one a heading 1 because that's bigger. So there we go, there's our heading 1. This link is an external link. It's got the HTTP, so it's going to take us off this website. And this is the link title telling us that it's an external link, and it's going to open in a new window because I filled in target blank. And this text, this funny text, is lorem ipsum text, which I got from a lorem ipsum generator, which is this at this link. And again, to create a link, you don't have to type in, you should never type in a link. You should highlight the text that you want to be a link, click the I want it to be an anchor, and then if it's an internal link, you can browse on your own computer and pick the page that you want to link to and just say choose. Or if it's a link to an external page, you could just paste in the link to the external page. And actually what I would like to do here is this page is in the same directory where our test page is. But say I wanted to put a link to a page in another directory. So let's browse around on my messy computer and let's go to another class and look for an HTML page in another directory on my computer and say choose. And then you can see that what starts happening is BBedit starts putting in ... and what that's going to do is take the link, take the user out of the LIS 861 directory and over to the LIS 451 directory. But we're going to undo that, take that one away. And then this is a list. This is an unordered list. This is a comment. This is my rudimentary navigation. And this is the link that takes it to test page 2, the rudimentary navigation. And if we wanted to take a look at this page in a browser to preview what it's going to look like, there's a couple ways we could do that. You just need to open up your browser, and then you can do File, Open. Or the other thing that's kind of cool is you can just take this icon and drag it over to the browser, and it will open up. And you can see there's only one heading. That's because if we look back here, this diamond next to test page name means I didn't save it. So if I save it and we go back, and now this test page is already loaded into the browser, and I can just hit refresh, and there's our bigger heading. Those link titles that we put in, you can see if you mouse over the link, And that's the one that says that this is an external link that will open in a new window, so we could follow that link. And this is the lorem ipsum generator, which you may find useful. If you just Google lorem ipsum, it comes up. But the thing that's nice about lorem ipsum is you can say, I want to generate however many paragraphs, however many words. Say we want 2 paragraphs, just say generate. And then you have this lorem ipsum text that you can paste into your web page, so you have a little text to manipulate if you haven't written anything yet. If you just want to see what text is going to look like laid out on your web page, that's what lorem ipsum is for. This is our navigation to the second page, and here's page 2 with the table. And you can see it says back to page 1, but nothing happens when I click it, and that's because we haven't created that link yet. And if we go back into BBedit, I wanted to show you 2 things with that. Here's that back to page 1. Let's turn that into a link back to page 1. And this time we'll just navigate to test page and choose it and apply. And so we have back to page 1. And then the other thing is, wouldn't it be nice to have a few little arrows or something to lead us back to page 1? And here we have the back arrow or the angle bracket. And normally in HTML, if you put in those angle brackets, that makes the text disappear. They disappear. But what we're going to do now is we're going to put in the HTML entity for less than, which is ampersand less than LT semicolon. And we can insert that, and we can insert, how about 3 of them or 4 of them? And then we can save our page, and we can take another look at it back here, and we can refresh, and now it's a link with arrows taking us back to page 1. The other thing to look at in BBedit when we're on test page 2 is the table. And again, tables can be formed using the menus in BBedit. It's in the markup, under the markup menu, and you select table, and you can build your table and put in the required table elements. And then this is the table summary, just saying that it's a table with information about my 3 things that were in the list on test page 1. Thanks.